I wish a sis would. New episode every Tuesday.
Anyways. Hi guys! Welcome back to Wish a Sis Would. Don't know what episode we're on.
19.
Okay, 19. I'm Koya.
I'm Shakayla. And Akia.
I'm Raquel.
So today we have a special guest. We have Kia here.
There we go.
Our second guest, look. Look if you put us on game.
Yeah, definitely.
Clay got all the special guests.
Okay. So before we dive into this topic, I guess, for today, tell us a little bit about yourself, what your interests are. So they know. I want them to know you.
It could be something like,
yeah.
Or just talk about your week. How your week go? What you do?
Well, you know, adulting, work,
adulting.
work, and more work.
Yeah.
Hump day, so I'm glad it's hump day.
Hump day.
Look, we talk heavy
2
on
days.
it. Adulting.
Yeah.
Very much.
I went to the scissor concert this weekend.
How you gonna cut her off?
She said she ain't got much to talk about, so
We ain't even come to you
How
yet.
was it though?
it was good. I went by myself.
She said, how was it though?
I went by myself. I was so proud.
I was gonna get to that because I was about to say, like, who'd you go with? You ain't post pictures with nobody.
I went by myself. The people that I sat next to was a vibe. We was having a good time. We was all singing to each
That's
other.
what they say, you know, when you start going out by yourself.
I loved it. I got free drinks.
Oh.
Oh, you was finesse.
Girl, you gotta put that charm on and get to flirt with them boys, and they be like, "You need something?"
See, I'm too much of an introvert for that shit.
Got my little free little water, my little
Right.
cup.
I have water.
She said, I'll take the guy.
Yes, thank
You know, I like free 99, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, I'm gonna see Jonas Brothers on Sunday.
Jonas
Uh
Brothers.
huh.
So
It's a
you
full
just going
circle.
on a concert.
How did you wait? How did you get back to the Jonas Brothers?
One, it was $50 to go see them.
I bet.
You listened to them?
When I was younger, I was.
Okay.
It's
I'm,
kinda
and no
a-
disrespect to the people that listen to the Jonas
It's kind of like
Brothers.
a full circle moment. Because
Like
when I was
this-
younger, I didn't get to go to concerts or anything like that. So it's kind of like
Wow.
making up for. Oh, your parents have money for that?
You didn't go to the street
Your parents have money for that?
She said
I
when
went
it
to
was
the
hot,
store.
they didn't have.
My mama didn't have no money for that. So,
Oh.
you know, I'm making up for lost time. So I'm at concerts. This is my year for concerts.
You
I got
I'm
one
going
more
to one
concert
in
in me.
December, so I can't sing.
I'm going to Rod Wave in December.
Yeah, see.
See, I don't listen to
Same
him.
thing.
So.
It ain't just gonna be him. It's gonna be
Look, I don't know who else gonna be there, but I support
Ari
Rod
Lennox.
Wave.
I listened to one song by Ari.
I can't think of the rest of.
I'm there for Rod Wave. I don't care about nobody else who's gonna be there.
I like Wild Waves, so I ain't gonna lie.
That's my last concert. I didn't see anything in between that I wanted to go to. So
See?
Jonas Brothers Sunday, Rod Wave is December, and that's it. And I went to 7 concerts this year when I get to Rod Wave.
Like, what was the seven? Can you name them?
Right, what's the goal?
So the goal was just to go to concerts, to be honest.
Did you get put rid of?
Oh no, it's
songs
6
on it?
because I didn't go to Drake. I was supposed to go to Drake. I didn't go to Drake. I should have went to
okay.
Drake. I'm pressed.
Okay, moving on. We're gonna leave the past in the past. Don't dwell on it.
I'm sad though, because why didn't I go?
You'll come back around.
No,
Drake
he
will
will
definitely be back.
because
He said he'd take
He takes hiatus. He needs to, but I'm just saying.
It's cool.
I feel like he kind of already started, but
I didn't listen to his new album.
I
yet,
mean,
though.
besides him being on this tour that he popped up randomly, I mean, in a sense, you know. I mean, I know he dropped out that album, but
Yeah, I haven't listened to it yet. I don't even know if it's good.
Whenever he puts out an album,
yeah,
he typically.
I don't think
I haven't listened to it. I ain't had the time to sit there and listen, so I ain't gonna lie and say I did, but
I haven't even opened that album.
I did listen
I
to
haven't
Wild
opened
Waves
the
album.
album.
Rod Wave
Now,
album.
I did.
There's no skips on that album.
Yeah.
I like Turco. What was it? Turkin Caicos?
Yeah, that was good.
I ain't listened to the album at all. So, anyways,
It's okay, y'all. It's alright.
I've heard about it. I've heard about it.
Yeah.
No.
He's gonna have other artists coming out. I can't think of everybody.
He's focusing on his OVO stuff.
That's on tour in him, so.
Oh, Rod Wave? Like I said, girl, I don't remember.
She's talking about Drake.
Oh.
Are you talking
Is
about
it-
Rod Wave or Drake?
Ain't Drake tour over? No, he ain't
No,
done.
it's Wild Waves.
Were you talking about Rod Wave or were you talking about Drake?
I was talking about Wild Waves.
Oh, sorry.
It's
I
in December.
apologize.
Sick of that.
I think Drake tour over, no?
Yeah,
It should
Drake.
be,
No,
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
think it is.
But I think they
You
all
know-
finished around the same time, like Taylor Swift and Beyonce and all that.
You know,
They all
I ain't
finished
even
around the same
trying. I ain't
time.
even trying to be a hater, but I'm glad Beyonce's tour is over.
Period. My
I'm
TikTok
tired
was over
of
it.
seeing her on TikTok.
Like, I love me some Blue Ivy. I'm glad she grown up to be a beautiful little girl. But damn, girl.
Right.
Child,
She said,
listen. Well,
Was
moving
over
on.
it.
Look, moving on from the concert.
Yeah.
Rocky, how was your week?
My week was fine. You know, working home. I'm boring, y'all. So
I'm boring too.
I'm an old soul.
That's the new.
I pop out every now and then.
That's
Yeah.
the new.
That's because I ain't got no money.
Yeah. That too.
You got no money, but you going back and forth to concerts?
Yeah.
Right.
That's
I
what,
have a concert in the house.
Right.
That's my concert.
that's what Klarna says on
Oh,
Apple do.
But I will say I've been keeping up with football, and I'm just gonna say
we ain't gonna talk about football.
Texas and Colorado.
We not gonna talk about football.
Overall, Texas been on this shit,
Happy.
but Colorado been pissing me off because that last game.
Welcome
really,
to the club, Life of a Baylor Bear.
But I mean, well, it's okay because we're gonna come back this Saturday. So
Anyways.
I'm gonna be watching the game.
I hope y'all get the shit beat out of you.
Yeah,
Houston.
yeah.
You
They
right.
gonna be in. They gonna
Gotta
be
be in
in.
Houston. Yeah.
That's gonna be a
That's
good
gonna be a
game
movie.
because it's niggas.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good game. I ain't gonna lie. Cause I watched Houston when they played. What was that? Who did they play recently?
And they all in the Big 12 now.
But they but that was a good game too. So that's gonna be a good game. I like that.
Interesting. Well, I don't have any
Wish
plans.
I can get the tickets to go.
I don't have any plans for the weekend, so the weekends I've been vibing.
I mean, hey, wear pink this Sunday.
Oh shit! I don't
Breast
think I have
cancer
pink.
awareness.
Anyways, speaking
People
of,
been popping out with
Yeah.
that pink though. I've been seeing it.
speaking of, nice little segue. So our topic for today is we are going to talk about breast cancer awareness. By the time this episode airs, we will have one more week of the month, and we want y'all to have the week to marinate on this conversation and kind of get vibes and a point of view from two daughters of fighters, and kind of like three daughters of fighters.
Well, my grandparents.
Three daughters
yeah.
of fighters.
Both my grandmas had it.
So, and we're gonna kind of dive into it. I'll go first, kind of just sharing the journey. So we don't even take it back further. Now that you said grandparents, my grandmother had breast cancer as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think her fight started when I was in middle school. And of course, I really didn't pick up on it then, and she passed away in 2009, so my sophomore year. And of course, our family got really big with breast cancer. We started with the what's that walk that they do in April? Relay for Life. So started up with all of that. Backdoor in August of 2016, my mom got diagnosed with breast cancer. Of course, I knew a little bit more. I was older. Things like that. She was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer. She had only had it for about a month. That they say, that she told me. I'm gonna add all that in there. And if you're not familiar with the terms, triple negative breast cancer is a very aggressive form of cancer. So it obviously, with her having it for about a month, she had already progressed to stage 2. So it had obviously progressed very quickly. She did chemo, and she had a complete pathological response, chemo, radiation, and then I think they did surgery to remove the rest. And then they told her if it came back, it was going to come back in another organ. It would automatically be stage 4 because of how aggressive the cancer was. I want to say about 2 years later, it came back in her lung. Think so. They tried to hide it from me, y'all. They really did. And so, of course, from there, just multiple forms of chemo. And then I think at one point we found out she had started having seizures. So around November of 2020, we realized that she was having seizures, and she went in to see her oncologist, and they had said that it had spread to her. It had spread all over.
Yeah.
It was in her brain, and it spread all over. I think at that point they gave her about 3 weeks. She lived about 3.5. And she passed away in on December 28th, 2020. So that's kind of my background with it. And of course, with her especially with my mom, beginning stages, it was my last semester in college, so I wasn't there. So I was coming home doing everything we wasn't supposed to do. And
you was taking it outside when she wasn't supposed to be outside.
I was doing everything we wasn't supposed to do, and it would make my daddy and my brother so mad because I would do everything for the weekend, and then I would go back to school. They had to deal with it for the week or whatever. When it came back, same thing. At that point, I had moved out of the house, so I would come home on the weekends, especially when it had progressed and she was losing her ability to walk. Baby, I was like, just get down the stairs. I got you. We're going to pull this wheelchair everywhere. And my daddy would be so mad because her legs would be hurting. He'd be like, you supposed to do da-da-da. I ain't got to hear all of that. My mama wanted to go to the store, so she went to the store. So, I was going to let her live her best life. Yeah. And if you know my mama, that's what she wanted to do. And she wasn't going to take that laying down. So, yeah. Who wants to go next and share they story, if you're comfortable with sharing?
Because you get some.
Lord.
Okay.
Only share what you're comfortable with sharing.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with sharing it all.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to get my dates correct. If I'm not I want to say my mother was diagnosed in around March last year. I believe it was last year.
Everybody like, who's looking at this?
My best friend more support.
Look, I'm looking at her too.
I want to say it was last year. Last year, maybe the year prior, but for some reason, I believe it was last year, 2022. Yeah, she tried to keep it from us too.
Parents would do that for some reason.
They
might as well just tell us.
We don't want the kids to hurt.
Yeah.
I want the kids to hurt. It's hard.
She finally told me. I'm the oldest of 7, and so
I'm gonna say, damn.
Yeah.
It's not Kevin Hart, okay?
She said, oldest of 7. Come on, mama.
7.
Baby, and still pushing.
Seven.
Still look good, okay? Come on, Miss Monique.
Yeah,
7.
definitely.
So, she informed me before she told everybody else, and my mama is stubborn. Okay, stubborn from the root of the tutor, and that's another one.
Yeah.
Raising
their
hard.
parents is hard.
I'm trying to tell you, it just goes full circle. So,
and you see where they get it from.
No, it ain't no full circle because I ain't
where they get
stubborn.
it from.
Girl, bye. Let that girl finish telling her story, because I know
But she
her.
said full circle. I ain't stubborn.
We're not gonna
Tell her, let that girl keep going about the story.
Yeah.
Forget y'all.
She full of
And I'm gonna
shit.
say forget because we recorded, but y'all know what other word I would use.
Full of shit. Keep going.
So, yeah, before she told everybody else, it got to a point to where we finally convinced her to go to the hospital. She was afraid to go to the doctor. She didn't have no doctor. She didn't have no checkup. She didn't have nothing.
Okay.
And so, fastest way was to go through the ER. So we went to the ER, and she was diagnosed with stage 4. I want to say it was like HERS or HR something. I can't even remember the medical term, but that was that. So started trying to get her to go to the doctors, getting on treatment plans. She's like, no, I want to do holistic. And so she started doing her holistic thing, and then nothing wrong with that. I'm all for it, but sometimes you need a little push. You can do both.
True.
And so convinced her to get onto some treatment. She's on treatment now. If she consistent, we'll see. But she went through the test. She is doing semi better. God's been good, nevertheless. So she's pretty much just doing treatment. It's spread to her bones right now. So she's doing treatment for that. And she's a fighter. So
yeah.
I'm sure it's a lot more to that story, but
she said that pretty much sums it up. Yeah.
She's still fighting,
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Especially that she's still fighting because
she is.
She's still hanging in
72-hour hold still on the table.
She is.
Corey, let it go.
No hope.
I'm just saying,
Let it
72-hour
go.
hold, it's still on the table. you know.
No, ma'am. That is not gonna do you no justice. Like, let's be friends. Okay.
Okay.
No, but so with me, both of my grandmas had it. My grandma and my dad's mother, she got it because she's a smoker, smoked cigarettes. So she ended up having breast cancer. With hers, though, I don't know the dates, y'all, so I ain't gonna pretend like I remember. I just remember the recovery process.
You don't keep it real.
Yeah. With hers, like I said, she got it from smoking. It wasn't too bad. I think she was stage 2, but she had it in her breast. Both of my grandmas was breast cancer. They did the surgery. They removed her. She was more down at the fact that she had to get one of her breasts taken, but it hasn't been back. So that's a blessing because she still smokes cigarettes.
Damn, so she learned a lesson?
No, and they never do. Like
it's the fact that she said she haven't learned her lesson.
They never do. It's just like at that point, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But she still moves around. Like, she'll still walk to the store and everything like that. And she's in her 70s, so. But you know how that go. And then my grandma Rachel had breast cancer as well. Many of y'all known, seen her from church and stuff like that. She dealt with it as well. Hers wasn't as aggressive as it could have been because she does deal with other health issues that already runs in the family. So, but she did end up losing a lot of her hair. So she was down about that, like, that whole process and stuff like that. With most of her hair falling out and stuff like that. But it went into remission and it hasn't been back. So that's 2 successful stories that typically people don't have that same outcome because, cancer can go either way, especially when, you have grandparents that are stubborn, they stuck in their ways. They want to eat what they want to eat.
And parents.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I was going to the store and getting my mama that.
It trickles down.
Fantas. I was buying like $6 at a time.
It does trickle down. The only difference is my grandma Rachel's not a smoker, so hers came because of what she was eating. That was more of why hers, she was diagnosed with it. My grandma on my dad's side, she's a smoker, so hers came from that. Yeah.
So yours is the genetics then?
No, I would say heart problems is technically. Because congestive heart failure is like the underlying thing that run across my family. So heart problems is more prone, if anything, yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah.
And I want to mention something that you said. You said, successful stories and everything like that. And I used to think that way too. One of the things my mama, she was a good advocator for the Lord. And she used to always speak in church. And one of the last times she spoke, she said I'm not even going to say one of the last times she spoke. When she was given 3 months to live. And she announced it in church. Why she wanted to do that, I don't know. Because, we was in COVID and I had people coming up and hugging me, girl. Anyways, we still got to talk about that. But one of the things that she said was, regardless, she's gonna win. And kind of the outlook you kind of got to look at it. You're either it also depends on your faith and how you look at it. She was like, either she's gonna win the battle against cancer, she's gonna beat it, or she's gonna win eternal life.
Yeah, either way.
I don't know how you can get the news that your life is ending and you still have a smile. You still wake up. I don't know how she can do it because I would have been towed up. Do you hear me? Yeah. I'd have been towed up. But that's one of the things that she said. So when my mom did pass, I was like, okay, like what now? But then I had to remember, she said regardless that she wins. So, you kind of have to look at it as with a positive outcome. Yeah. Regardless. So, like your mom still thriving. She's winning. Yeah. Everything like that. So, and you mentioned genetics. So as far as with doctors and everything like that, have they mentioned, especially since both of your grandmothers have been diagnosed, have they mentioned any genetic testing?
I mean, yeah, most doctors will. Like, if you inform them of your family history of medical, I'm gonna just tell y'all now, like, everything pretty much wrong. In the Black community, like, within my family, everything.
Yeah,
Diabetes,
high
congestive
cholesterol,
heart
high
failure,
blood pressure. We got it all.
gout, everything pretty much. So, high blood pressure, low blood pressure runs in my family too, and that just so it's like any given moment you could really be.
Yeah, because I think when females have breast cancer that runs in the family, you have to get your mammogram earlier than expected. So I think mammograms start at 40. When you have family history of it, I think they start you at 30, right? 35, something in that area.
It depends. It depends. Just personal experience. I did the genetic testing, and y'all know I don't like needles.
So that's because your mom had it and your grandma had it, right? So
yeah, it runs pretty heavily on my grandmother's side, on my mom's side, and I think my mom actually tested positive for the genetic gene. I tested negative, so I don't have the gene, but they do want me to
keep following up.
Yeah.
Keep following up, do mammograms and MRIs every 6 months just to make sure, just because the history is so high, but
Yeah.
we're going.
And what about you? Have you considered?
I've considered.
Yeah.
Have I scheduled?
No. Right. Yeah.
Well, my genetic testing, when I got all of that, it was back like May, June. So I haven't scheduled anything yet, but I did do the testing.
Yeah. So I plan to do it.
Just to see.
Is there a longer line than just your mom, or is it just your mom right now?
I don't think there is on my mother's side not necessarily breast cancer, but cancer.
Yeah.
And so I believe my aunt has the brain cancer, and then my mom, my grandmother has some kind of liver, some kind of cancer.
Yeah.
So definitely plan on getting tested, but
You're like, have you been understood?
Yeah.
I mean, life is life,
And it's kind of hard, like, because for me personally, I don't like hospitals. I never.
I don't want to know.
I never been.
That's how I was. Like, I think when they they sprung it on me, and I was just like,
because like you said, your mom got a positive. They'd have told me I had a positive, baby. I went home and wrote my note.
I was
sorry, not sorry.
72-hour hold that they
sorry,
keep
not
telling me
sorry.
not to do.
They would have came back and be like, hey, you're positive for the genetic gene. More than likely, you're going to develop breast cancer down the line. I went home and wrote my note. I'm sorry. Because that means that I'm going to get it. There's no purpose.
I would wrote my note.
There's no purpose in developing.
I mean, but even though, like, I agree,
though.
because even though, like, I'm negative, I sit here and I think, well, my significant other gonna probably have to deal with this on
and
down
that
the
is
line.
the.
And,
It
like,
also
they gonna
depends
leave
on
me.
who you're with too.
Yeah,
I mean,
facts.
who you're married, because you got to consider their history too. Because if you have kids, then
absolutely, I get all of that, but just the fact of knowing that later on in the future there's a possibility of me having this, I don't know. I'd rather not know at all. And then it just sprung on me, and then I'll just take care of it.
Wouldn't that be worse?
No.
yes,
because you don't have
could
time
do
to
preparation.
No. Because what's that one movie that got Queen Latifah in, and she they thought that
Last
she had,
Holiday.
Yeah.
and she went out and lived her best life.
And
Baby,
she
show me
was
I got 3 months.
misdiagnosed.
Let me find I had 3 months to live. I'm gonna go live
But
my best life.
they're not gonna tell you that. They're gonna tell you that you got the gene, and it's a possibility that you could. It ain't even saying that you're gonna get it. They're gonna say it's a possibility.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll catch y'all on the other side.
And you talk about me with my 72-hour hold. I just want to put that on the table.
But I'm just saying, you're talking about
She said
72-hour hold now, and ain't nothing wrong with you. I said if I'd have been flagged
It is
for
some
a
shit
gene,
wrong with me.
what's wrong?
Baby, life. A 72-hour hold ain't for nothing.
You're not dealing
not
with
gonna
cancer right now,
I'm
man.
not.
Life
I
is
ain't
just
gonna lie.
life, and
I'm
adulting
not.
is whipping our asses is what's going on right now.
Yeah, and it really is, and it's very ghetto.
She ain't got
We're
cancer,
still all
so just
here,
let me
so
look.
That's the main.
Knock on wood, because you better not fucking jinx. Knock on fucking wood.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened?
I don't want you to jinx me.
Oh, girl, you fine.
Okay.
I need another drink after that. So moving on. So how has, and it's more for you. I know how like breast cancer and stuff has, shifted my world. How has well, first of all, let me take a pause. Because even when I want to take a time out to apologize, because even know that what I know and know what I watched my mom go through, I don't feel like I reached out to you.
Girl,
Yeah.
But I want to apologize because I feel like I didn't reach out to you enough.
You don't need to apologize to me because you know it goes both ways, and
but you know, still. We're here now.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
You're on the podcast.
You from the community now.
And honestly, before you answer her question, I feel like with that, sometimes I feel like people, depending on what you are going through, and a person has already been through that, it's kind of hard to, you know, reach out because you be like, dang, you don't know how they feeling.
Absolutely.
You know, so it is kind of hard sometimes to be like, especially if they already heard it and they're hearing it over and over. Like you mentioned, like everybody was approaching you. That kind of can be annoying, like when everybody want to ask you 50 million questions.
Absolutely.
What's the updates?
I let her be. When
like
her
that.
mom passed, I ain't even. It was just like, let me know if you need anything, and I just would check on her every day. But it wasn't like in her face because I get.
And baby Charles wouldn't let me stay in the bed. I think like the day later we was at the container store. Hey, we were going to the container store for what? Can we be sad?
Yeah, like,
and I think the next day we was at the funeral home. Like Charles
and that was
not
probably
gonna
more for your dad than you know what I'm saying, because like that's basically what I'm getting to. Everybody kind of deals with it differently.
Absolutely.
And when I found out from you, like you was like, oh, everybody keep. That's when I was like, I just said my little 2 pieces, and then I just gave it a spade.
Yeah.
Because I get it. You know, I understand that.
Nobody want to hear that all day.
Yeah. But
How your mama doing? How your mama doing? How are you
I
doing?
forgot what I was going.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so as far as with the fight and how has it shifted? Girl, like, cause I know like certain things, like they say certain things do lead to cancer, like canned vegetables. So like I don't like canned vegetables anymore. I more so do frozen or fresh.
Damn, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Oh yeah, the additives in it, the preservatives in it leads to cancer. Yeah. But pretty much right now,
I don't think we do much canned vegetables anymore.
Yeah. So like if you go through my pantry right now, you will probably find like beans or like something like that. But as far as like them cans of soup, I don't eat chicken noodle soup. And every time I get sick, Daddy, I'm sorry because I know you're gonna listen to this, but I don't eat chicken noodle soup. And every time I get sick, you buy me chicken noodle soup.
I do eat chicken.
I'm gonna eat that homestyle chicken noodle soup in that pan, baby. I'm
not gonna give it away.
I can make it from scratch.
I'm not gonna give it away because if I get sick, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna eat. But I just don't eat chicken noodle soup. But you'll find like more like soups or like chili or like pasta sauce, stuff like that. Whereas my vegetables are frozen, and it's funny how it shifted because when my mom was alive, they would buy more frozen vegetables, stuff like that. So now that my mom is not alive, they're back to buying canned. And I would be over there and I'd be like, y'all gonna eat canned vegetables? And my daddy looked like, oh, I forgot. He'll just literally say, oh, I forgot, da-da-da. But he gets it. And he'd be like, yeah, like, you know, especially with, y'all, I left my cabinets open. I just realized that. Especially with,
right?
You always do.
Especially with knowing that it just runs so high. Like my daddy's like, oh, like he don't like be like, oh, you bougie. He's real quick to call me bougie, but he be like, he don't be like, oh, you bougie, like da 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 da. But he's like, okay, yeah, like you do buy frozen vegetables or you know whatever da da da. But
so like the shift.
So that's one thing that has shifted for me is the changing of what I eat. I don't eat more. I will fry foods, but I don't eat as much fried foods. Obviously, weight ain't going nowhere. But I have shifted that and then the frozen vegetables and also just awareness, just period. But has anything like shifted? I don't know why I did that like big gesture, but I like it.
Oh man,
it's a valid question.
So I mean, it is, and it's all mental, honestly.
I agree.
And
that's hard.
It is hard.
Yeah,
but I like my queso. Okay,
I love my burgers.
Right.
You know? But
we're not supposed to curse on burgers.
No, technically not.
Well, that ain't
they
one
say
thing I gave.
People ain't supposed to have dairy
like
anyway.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be red meat. You're right, but beef. Sorry, Mama. That's one thing I ain't giving up.
But yeah, definitely. It's on mental consistency and discipline for sure. My mom always tells us if I knew back then to take care of myself, then you know I would have did what I needed to do then. So now she's like, take care of yourself, be aware of what you eat. And so I've tried so many times, and my best friend can attest to to that. And have I done my best? No, but definitely awareness of just what we put in our body.
And it's kind of like when you know it's kind of hard to unknow when you think it, when you eat it.
For sure.
Yeah, when I became
I know I'm not supposed to be eating this.
a pescatarian, I think it became easier to eat vegetables because that was like my only choice was vegetables.
I don't like seafood like that too.
I hate it now. Now that I went that whole year, I think it was like a year, 2 years that I was a pescatarian. I hate seafood now. Don't put no shrimp, crawfish. Like, don't put none of that shit in front of me no more.
I'm sorry, I still love it.
I don't want it. Every once in a while I'll crave it, but I don't want it no more.
I have to do like fried, and it has to be catfish, but I have to do like fried catfish.
I don't want it no more.
Every now and then I can do fried shrimp, but
I like me some
I don't know what it is. Yeah, seafood.
You gotta catch me on a good thing. I don't want it no more.
I spent too much time in Houston, so
yeah, that's what that is.
yeah. I mean, with my auntie who passed away from congestive heart failure, she was the seafood person. So like when we had family functions, she was bringing that for sure. So.
I have an aunt like that. She's a seafood fanatic. Anything seafood, you can catch her at it. But you know, most people will try it. Like she made some stuffed fish the other day. It was pretty good. Until she said she was gonna make some tilapia when she got home. I said, you don't have to bring me none of that. Because tilapia is not a real fish. Yeah, it's a man-made fish.
It's cheap fish though. So.
I don't want that.
You looking for seafood options?
Give me the catfish, please. Yeah. But
salmon's pretty good. How do you say salmon or salmon?
I've never had salmon.
You say your L in it? You say salmon?
I say salmon.
I ain't never had that pink fish.
Salmon.
Let's say it like that. I've never had that pink fish.
It's good. Salmon's good, especially barbecue. Barbecued salmon, baby.
I thought you don't like seafood.
I meant when I was a pescatarian, that's what I would do. Like when they would barbecue and they do ribs and hamburger and stuff, they would throw salmon on the grill for me, and I used to.
I was gonna say tuna fish when you said pink. Any tuna fish pink?
No. Is tuna fish pink?
Oh,
you know, I've never.
I don't eat that.
I've never.
I don't eat tuna fish. You would never catch me eating that.
I've never been a fan of tuna fish, so.
My son loves it.
But you know what? I take that back because when I was younger, when I
was around your grandparents too long.
when I was younger,
pea salad.
Oh,
I like pea salad. No, but hear me wrong. It was either my auntie, the one who passed away, or my grandma who make it. I don't eat everybody pea salad because they be nasty.
I don't eat
know how to make it.
I eat peas.
No, I eat peas.
That's the only time that I eat peas.
That's one thing I will never eat.
Besides in the little ramen.
But you know what? Shout out to my grandma daycare because that's the one that introduced me to food that my family don't eat. I ain't ventured over to salads and shit, but
I like a good salad.
No, miss me.
You can dress it up.
But them peas.
You can dress it up salad.
Salada? Fuck up a salad. That's salada.
Give me the meat. It will be alright.
You can put meat in it. You can cook it.
I don't like lettuce. I don't like lettuce. Like I don't know. It's the.
She weird. How my son eat a salad, but you ain't got to quit as a grown woman who don't eat salad.
No,
everybody don't like romaine lettuce.
There's other lettuce options.
There is more lettuce.
You can do spinach.
I like spinach.
I do the baby spring mix that comes.
Y'all know what? When y'all are swiping y'all card at the grocery store and pay for that spinach, that is when I will try spinach. Groceries is too high right now for me to try to fucking experiment.
I'm sorry. Spinach?
No, I'm alright. It's all a leaf. No, it's all crunchy.
Spinach and kale inside of smoothies. Oh, you don't like smoothies, right?
I like smoothies, but not with no damn.
You can put the stuff in
leaf in
I don't taste it, Koya.
You blend it up. It's real good.
I'll be alright.
Fruit.
I need you to get more vegetables in your life.
I eat vegetables.
I need more vegetables.
I eat vegetables. So no, like cooked vegetables.
I don't like is Brussels sprouts. I don't
like cooked vegetables. I will eat cooked vegetables, but I'm not finna eat no raw fucking carrots. I'm not finna eat no raw fucking celery. The only time I eat celery anyway is when it's like chopped up in dressing.
Oh my god, with some ranch dressing.
Yeah, I can do the baby carrots, but
I'm
then again, that's every blue moon because I don't like celery raw.
I don't eat celery. Like when they get the option at Wingstop, you want I don't want that celery.
I don't want celery.
That stuff's stringy. I don't want that.
That's gross.
The only time I like it is when it's chopped up in my dressing. on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
True, because you can't taste it.
Exactly.
I don't want that celery.
Because you do put celery in dressing.
Celery stringy. I try to get my son to like celery by doing the ants on the log with celery and the raisins.
Black folks say dressing.
My son said no.
White
Absolutely
folks
not.
say
stuffing.
Yep. So it's a difference.
Y'all, when I say dressing, multicultural, dressing, stuffing, they're interchangeable. We say stuffing.
Right.
Same over here. I didn't know there was a difference.
Y'all know it's the truth.
I didn't know there was a difference.
Well, it just
it's
depends on how you
cornbread
cook
baked.
it.
Yeah. So they said
Stuffing goes in the turkey.
Yeah,
right.
put it in the turkey.
So I didn't know there was a difference until I got with my ex and his family, and I was just like, y'all making stuffing, and they're just like, who the F eats that?
Yeah.
Baby, don't come to my house asking for that.
I said, wait, what? There's like,
Y'all know
it's
what?
dressing. I was like, what's the difference? She was just all like, stuffing's made with Stouffer's. Dressing is made with cornbread.
Yeah, cornbread.
Had to be.
Y'all know what? I'm gonna make some dressing this weekend. We talking too much.
Excuse me, I didn't know no difference.
Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna have some baked chicken and dressing this weekend.
I didn't know there was a difference, but yes.
Yeah, better pick up now because they're gonna clean the shelves come around Thanksgiving. You know ain't gonna be nothing left.
Who's swiping that card at the grocery store? I'll be responsible for that banana pudding, but that's
baked
it.
beans. She can put some.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a plate from everybody's house. That's all I'm gonna just call it. You know what? Never mind, because I don't do leftovers. I don't do leftovers like that.
You waiting there sitting there hungry and only eat one plate. I'd be so pissed off.
I bring my own plate. I have to.
Of course you do, because you don't want your food to touch.
Period.
Yeah.
But at least I'm proactive.
Ain't no wrong with that.
She come prepared.
Do.
To get back into breast cancer while we didn't got on the
I know we just went on the
went
full
into
rant.
breast
See
cancer.
how
It did.
Because it was
I mean, it still ties in because
Oh, absolutely.
health is important.
But my question
Health
is
is what?
about like the St. Jude's and things like that. Do you guys support those? I've heard like long stories about like
St.
how the
Jude's.
money. Not St. Jude's. What's the one for breast
Oh,
cancer?
you talking about
Susan G. Coleman.
The
There you go.
children?
Yeah.
Oh,
How do you guys?
okay.
I heard like a lot of those. Don't really take care of the people that they're supposed to take care of.
I've never donated.
Yeah, me
I've never
neither.
heard of it.
She's like,
Okay,
"Okay,
this is
never
how I
mind
feel
there."
about donations, period. I feel like some of them do what they need to. And there are some organizations that just
I forgot what
Take
the
the
organization
profits.
was that was like, don't donate to them because they don't use it for the right.
That's why you can't donate to, personally, you can't donate to every nonprofit because where I work, I understand.
So it's
How
Susan G. Coleman one. Before I make this donation,
It's
this
Susan,
weekend.
no.
They.
I mean, I tell people do your research because honestly, if you follow the money, you'll know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I do at my job, where I work, since Treasury. Everything comes to us anyway. So follow the money. And I will tell you.
I think as far
I'm
as
just saying.
like, I do more of Ronald McDonald and St. Jude, just because those are the one, and I hate to say this, but those are the ones that says the fast food restaurants. Particularly Panda Express, because Panda Express right there. But
They
and especially
actually
because with Ronald McDonald, if it's a child with cancer, Ronald McDonald supplies like housing
They sure do.
and stuff like that if there's a child going
You're
through
gonna
cancer.
see, and that's the thing.
And you see
will
it.
see
St.
the
Jude's, it's
benefits.
St. Jude's,
Yeah.
they do the treatment for the kids. Now that's just childhood cancer. That's not breast cancer. I do the and this is the American Cancer Society, so this is kind of all cancer. So I do the Relay for Life. Breast cancer wise, I support it, but I just don't donate, just because everybody's fight is different. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Everybody's fight is kind of different, and also I don't know, I would rather support the person just in general than, and I mean, if somebody's doing like a thing, like if they are walking in like a Susan G. Coleman walk, okay, then that's different, I'll donate. But as far as like if somebody that's actually going through the fight, so on and so forth, then that's a little different. I think presence is better than, I don't know, I feel like presence is always this whole journey has kind of changed my outlook. I feel like presence is better than monetary.
What about you?
Yeah. I mean, being in the present. So, I mean, yeah, like Corey said, if I'm gonna walk relay fly money, I'll earn a little money. But
Yeah.
other than that, yeah, I'm more. I'll be hands on. But
got too many.
I mean, I'm not
memories
opposed
of
to it, but I need to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to do ring flight when I was in high school. I used to do it all the time.
Yeah, I remember.
I've been doing it,
middle
obviously,
school and
'cause
stuff.
cancer
Do
been in
our
my
walks.
family,
They used
but-
to have the little printout sheets. We coloring in. All of that
See,
stuff.
ever
Good stuff.
since like middle school, and then also because our church was also always involved. I never did like the Cedar Park Relay for Life. It was always
I
the
still
East
have not been
Austin
to one because every time they do it, it's around. Every time I have to be out of town. Every time they bring it up, I'm like, dang, I'm not going
It's
to
always
do
in
it.
April.
So, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's so much going on in April. I got 3 birthdays in April, and it's just like, yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's
Always
always
an
the
HT.
East Austin Relay for Life is always at HT. Well, it was at Reagan, now it's at HT. But
Okay.
It used to be so late at night, something like 10 o'clock. I'm like, who's at 10 o'clock?
it used to be overnight. It used to go from 7 to 7.
Oh,
Damn, you had to walk that the whole time?
Koya was walking the whole time.
no, that's crazy.
So you just pick.
But you do have people. I mean, they
You
prep
have
for
people
it.
that walk,
Yeah.
and it would be teams. So the way that they used to do it back in the day, you used to have a team, and somebody from your team had to be walking at all times.
Okay.
So if you have a team of 12 people, each
Okay.
person walks for an hour, boom, there go your 12 hours.
Gotcha.
But as I don't want to say as COVID hit, but as I think the change was COVID. As COVID hit, they've kind of switched it from 7 to 7 to 7 to midnight,
Okay.
and they just they have like people that perform. They do it at HT. They have people that sell food.
Okay.
They have different vendors. You know,
I never really like.
I usually dip out
Looking
before
through
the Luminaria service because I can't take all of that.
I used to just do it in high school for the credits to go to college.
That's
You said
pretty.
college? Why you never told me no shit like that? And we went to the same damn high school.
Oh, we're on. Okay.
What credit you get for that?
When it's just like on your college thingy where you would like talk about your voluntary service and your
Oh,
elementary.
girl, I had church.
I did it for that. Oh, girl, I didn't go to church.
No,
Mm.
still haven't. Still haven't ventured. So
Don't worry about that. The Lord knows my heart.
we and obviously as y'all see, if y'all follow our Instagram, me and Rocky was in church on Sunday. Where was she at?
She was
Preparing for that concert.
It was. I cleaned my house and took a 2-hour nap.
Got
and
in
drove to
and
San
got out.
Antonio.
I mean, service wasn't that long, but
It was very long. It wasn't no long. It
Oh,
was
it
very
was homecoming, wasn't it?
yeah, it was homecoming, so it was.
Yeah, I think I stepped out for like a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to be expected. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Okay. So, So, do you have any questions for us off the top of your head?
Good time for you. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. How was so? Well, no. I mean, what did it do to you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, seeing your mom go through that. Just, your mental state.
I think it messed up my mental state, honestly, because it honestly. What you
I said you already off. We started off.
No, but it like because to hear her, because when she got diagnosed, and I looked like, how do you feel? She would say anybody that had a conversation with her can attest to this. She would say that she feels like she was diagnosed with cancer to tell a story, because my mama wasn't a person that was out here, scamming and cheating, and
She was very lively. Like the day I met her, she was downstairs and she was kikiing and hooting and hollering. And of course, her, started getting tired, and so you guys took her to bed. But she was lively for a person, because I think after that, it was like 2 to 3 weeks before she passed after that. But she was the happiest all get out, kikiing, telling stories about Koya. Like she was.
what story she tell
I
about
don't remember.
me?
This is not the time to get offensive.
I just know that the 2 other people that were over there as well. And then, of course, it was you and your dad and your brother, and your daddy's downstairs hooting and hollering, and
Always.
they was going back and forth like nothing was wrong. Like she was still in good spirits, and we ended up having a personal conversation when you walked outside, and so Zay resonates with me. That's why I'm very protective of Koya, because the conversation me and her mother had.
that she still won't tell me about. So
it's none of her business. It was me and her mama who had the conversation.
That had a conversation about me.
Indeed. And that's why I look over her. No matter how much we get on each other's nerves, is why I'm very, very into her.
Because she like this close to being black.
Lord, her mama knew what she was doing when she told me this. I did. She did. Because, girl, Chloe would have been blocked a long time ago. Anyways. But she was still very upbeat person within her 2 to 3 weeks that, you know, she was there. So, I mean, as you tell your story,
she would always say, like, I'm here to tell a story, and I'm here to show people my testament of faith and stuff like that. And I'd be like, girl, what? The Lord gave you.
Right? That's how I look at it. He's supposed to heal you, and he out here giving you cancer, girl. You talk about thank the Lord. What?
That's real.
And to be honest, it is
assignments from
Absolutely.
God.
And it is honestly, like, I think it has honestly, truly tested my faith, because I've been like, I've literally, and I still fight with this to this day. Shout out to my therapist, but I still fight with this to this day, where I'm like, this is somebody that would live and breathe for other people. Like I said, our family had a daycare. She would, you know, caring for them kids. Like, we was taking kids home. Like, I don't know, we was always having kids with us. Somebody that was living and breathing all her work for the church. So to sit there and see that she did not blink an eye, and then not only did she not blink an eye, but he let, and I shouldn't say he let it, but it progressed as far as it did, to where it took her from us. It was kind of like,
you know, your face started to waver, because it's like, what you mean?
Like,
what
like,
do you mean? My mama? My mama?
For real, like, but that's like, mental wise, that's kind of where I've been, and especially like, and I've never been able to kind of formulate it into words, and I think it was, I can't remember when I read this book, but it was a book by an author. Her name was Kaylin Kiera, and something happened on Amazon, so she may just go by Kaylin now, but it was either, it is a series, one is Always Us and one is Only You. And in the series, one of the characters, his mom passed when he was in high school, so he ended up having to go live with his dad, and one of the girls in the book was talking to him, and she gave a quote, like, you know, like, how do you feel or whatever, and I actually quoted it on my Instagram, and he was just like, it's the 2 to 3 year mark where everything kind of sets in. And he was like, everybody that says that they've been there, they've kind of faded, they've went back to their normal lives, but you're still there. You're still trying to figure it out. And I think that's, and it is the 2 to 3 year mark for me. So that's where I'm at. I'm getting back to who and I don't want to say who I was, because I would never be that same person. So I'm reformulating my life to fit back to where I was, and to fit into this new normal. To the new normal of where Mother's Day, we spend Mother's Day with my daddy's family, who still has their grandmother, which that's my grandmother too. So we still have our grandmother, they still have their mothers. My aunties are able to love on their mothers. My dad is able to love on his mother, and I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs. I'm going to, like, holidays, as far as like on my mama's side, we don't get together on holidays. But like when we do get together, I'm seeing my cousins with their mom. I'm seeing, you know, even my cousins' kids love on them, like, and I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs still. But if that mentally, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, they gotta be draining.
Yeah, it's very draining. I mean, even just here, and that's just the family aspect. So you think about social media, you think about the ones, and I'm damn near 30. Whew. Lord, I'm damn near 30.
Right.
I'm about to turn 30 and still don't have kids. So I'm watching my friends post stuff, first day of school, you know, stuff like that. And not only that, I'm also watching them post Mother's Day things. On my mama's favorite holiday was Easter, so I'm watching people celebrate Easter. Easter's not the same for me. I think this year was the first year that I worked Easter in forever. The Good Friday, I should say, that I worked Good Friday in forever. And it just so happened this was the year that they honored my mama. So so it's like everything has kind of shifted, and just like mentally, like trying to go back to the new normal. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
I think that journey of finding yourself is, and the only reason why I can attest to being a watcher and a witness is because in my household, I'm the only one who still have both parents. My sister, my brother, my mother, and my stepfather they've lost one parent. So I've seen it, the transitioning, the going through your feelings, the questioning, that several times. And the most recent one was when my sister lost her dad. And I knew she wasn't okay, but it's like, how do you assist from a sister's point? And me being the oldest, you know, that kind of way, you know, general, you know, not how to, because it's like, it's not much you can say. It's just, you kind of show through your actions to help them work through it and stuff like that. I just feel like if we didn't have our relationship with the man upstairs, it would have been a totally different outcome.
I get you. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Even when we lost my aunt, like, that whole situation was not expected. Like, it was more of everybody kind of got used to, oh, you know, she's sick, she's going to the hospital, she's going to be out. That was the custom. So when it was like, oh, when she went in that last time and she wasn't coming out, that's when it started to sink in. And even for my cousin Makia, as y'all know, she comes to church with my two little cousins, Kendall and Kingsley. That wasn't, she was in complete denial still. And with her mom still in the hospital towards the end of she was like, she didn't want to accept it. So when we was in that room and that last beat went, it was surreal for her in that moment, and she lost it. But still, it wasn't, I think the whole family was still like in shock, because it's like, you don't expect something like that to happen, you know, when you're just used to a certain routine. So I think that's one of the aspects that throws people off, because when you're used to a certain routine and then the person is gone, then it's like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Especially if that person was your rock.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you were close. So it's like, me from an outside person looking in, I don't take, you know, I don't take that lightly to have both parents in my household. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you did.
She throwing up the R to go to the go.
But you know, so I think about those things and stuff like that, because I know it's not easy, especially like I said, with me being the oldest and you have younger siblings, and then you see their moments that they go through and that they kind of break down, being like, oh, I wish I had my dad in this moment. You know, there's only certain things that you get better at learning what to say and how to handle them and that care. But when it first happens, it's like there's not much you can do.
Yeah.
But you feel helpless.
One of the things is, and that was a little different from my journey to, you know, I guess everybody, I don't want to say everybody else, I guess I'll say different from the cancer journey, is that if the person is following up with the doctor they should, you'll always be prepared. So like I said, we got the 3 month mark, and hey, it's going to be about 3 months. So those 3 months, I think from September to December, I was at my mom's house. I was at my parents' house. I shouldn't say my mom's house. Sorry, Daddy. It's your house too. But I was at my parents' house, and I don't regret none of it. Like I said, I had her out and about. One of my cousins was pregnant. We went to her whole gender reveal. I'm lugging a wheelchair up and down the stairs, like, and I just remember my mom was like, I just feel so bad. And I was like, girl, bye. And I just kept on driving. But I got that time, and I think when it happened, like, because we kind of, and then also because we was with hospice, so we kind of got the okay, like, hey, this is the time, like, not this is the time, but like, hey, you're entering into this time period, so this is what you should expect. So I think from the time so it was Christmas, it's actually Christmas night that we got, you know, the word from hospice that we're entering into the final stages. The final stages in it. So Christmas night, and then she passed like midday. I don't even want to say midday because it was like about 5, 6 on the 28th. So about 2.5 days. So we had we had that time to prepare, but we also had those 3 months before to kind of spend time and to do time with her and stuff like that. And me, I was real selfish on the weekends, because I told my daddy and my brother, y'all got her during the week. I don't. I think at that point she wasn't going to work anymore. So of course her and my daddy was there all day. My brother, I don't know, y'all just keep him in prayers, but I don't know, you know, he's just quiet. But you know, the weekend, that was my time. I was getting into bed with her. She was sitting one seat on the couch, I was sitting another, like, bye, move. But you know, I got real selfish during that time period, because I knew But like I said, that 2 to 3 year time period is where it start hitting heavy. That you know, because like I said, me and my mama was freaking frack. So in the mornings, I would talk to my mama. When I get off of work, I talk to my mama. Something going wrong, I talk to my mama.
Absolutely. I tell my mom all the time, let her go if she wants to, baby. I'm jumping in that graveside with her.
Stop,
Take me
Michaela.
with you.
Oh my God.
But you still won't approve my 72-hour hold. But moving on.
Take me with you.
But yeah, so it was like, I think that was kind of a little different, and it, you know, and I also got just about 2 weeks off from work. Shout out to my job. I called in that Monday. It happened on the Monday. Called in that Monday. Hey, this situation. They told me to take the week. Ended up happening that Monday, so I had the rest of the week, and then I went in the following Monday, and then that was actually my birthday week, which also kind of sucks, but I ended up having a day off. I had my actual birthday off, and then they was like, well, you have your bereavement days, so I ended up taking the whole week.
And I think that's when it kind of set in for you that your mom was gone, was on your birthday.
I did.
Yeah.
I think that was really hard for you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it allowed all those emotions to come up, because even your daddy was just like, she ain't had his moment yet, so she gonna need it. And your daddy kicked all of us out and was just like, she gonna go to bed. We were like, okay.
And I did. Yeah. I don't know who saved the 17 alarms on my phone, but I woke up, turned all them hoes off. Except for one. And woke up and I was like, why do I have this alarm?
You said you need to get your hair done.
I did. And woke up and was like, this is why this alarm is on. Yeah.
Exactly. Thinking she was gonna get your hair did.
Threw up all in that funeral home parking lot. But you know, you know, it was birthday was when it really set in. I still to this day sleep with that pillow. I got a blanket at the funeral. Still sleep with that blanket on my bed right now. So yeah.
It's hard to watch people go through that.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think that part.
I just never know what to say, because I've never personally lost anybody close to me. And I say the same thing to Koi when she's like, I just miss my mom. I don't know what to tell you. Only thing I can offer you is my mother. I don't know what else to tell you.
My mother.
You can talk to my mama whenever you feel like, and
Your
potentially,
presence is enough.
yeah, like you can
That makes a
exchange
difference.
whatever you need to do with my. Like that's all I got for you, because I don't know what to tell you. I can't tell you, oh, it's gonna be okay. I've been there, because I haven't. I don't know what that is, and I don't know what that looks like. Because like I said, if my mom passes, take me with her. Take me with her. And I've told her that, and she's like, that's not funny, Shakayla. I'm being dead ass.
I told her the same thing. So here, so it doesn't work.
I'm being dead ass. My mom's just like, don't say that. No, I'm serious. You pass, take me with you. I don't know how I'm gonna continue my life, and I know you're strong for continuing your life without your mom, but take me with you. Like how you said, me and my mom, I'll call her like, hey, you busy? She's like, no, let's leave work. We leave work, we at the store, we get our nails done. Like, I wouldn't know how to live life anymore if that was the case. So, I commend you, Queen, because, girl, I know how you do it. And the days that you be like, I miss my mom, I just sit and I'm like, I can only imagine losing my mom.
Yeah. Same. And you learn to appreciate what you have.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Very.
Absolutely. Like you never know until, that person's gone. So I can only imagine, what Koya goes through on a daily basis.
Take another shot.
On a daily basis, missing your mom, like I get it. I mean, I don't get it, but I get it, because my mom, like you were close to your mom, close to my mom. Like that's my ride or die. Like when I feel like I'm not in the wrong, hey, this is what happened. Am I wrong or not? And she'd be like, well, Shakayla, I guess I'll go apologize. Shit.
You still ain't apologize to me for nothing.
I ain't looking at you.
Girl, 72-hour hold.
Be stressed for nothing. On my way.
She's still here.
Any other questions?
Oh, girl.
I
I don't talk in my head.
Okay.
I'm sure I have a lot, but not
Listen, my phone. Well, my phone not always open, obviously. But
So yeah, I feel like you got a lot to wait for on at the moment. Yeah. It's new to you.
It's a process.
I'm still kind of.
I just think it's always such a sad moment that it always comes in at like stage 2 and then goes to stage 4. Like it just sucks that you never really hear like an in between story.
I've heard like stage 1, and my mom. Remember, my mom's was aggressive stage, aggressive cancer, so it progressed very quickly. So like I said, she had it for about a month, and we was actually in Vegas when she said she found it, and whatever.
Oh, my mom was in Florida. We were in Florida. She said she.
It's always.
So that's why y'all be ladies check your breasts. They said it's best to do it in the shower. Put your hand in the air. circle it around. If you feel anything, contact your doctor. Or
And
you can
also
lay down on your
definitely,
bed.
you know, and the
Look around.
the mammogram thing is a recommendation. Breast cancer, statistically, breast cancer starts at 15, but that's just statistics. So there are younger ages that can skew, obviously, can skew those results. But
And my mom's didn't start with a lump. I don't know how your mother started, but my mom noticed like a cauliflower kind of thing around her nipple.
Oh, it was like a vein type of thing?
Like it looked like like she explained it literally like a cauliflower.
Oh, wow.
So
Did your
just,
mom
you
have
know,
one?
be aware of what you're, you know.
Did your mom
Spots.
have one?
Because I've heard it comes
we was in
different.
Vegas, so she never really said anything.
Yeah.
Like I think it was like maybe our last day, so we went down to the pool. Baby, Vegas in July, don't do it. So we went down to the pool. We was chilling in the pool, and she just took forever in the room. And I thought she was mad at my daddy, to be honest. but she also, you know, with running the business, you know, making phone calls, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, of course, a month later, I found out that that was what was really going on.
Oh, she got a phone call while she was in Vegas, or she was?
No, that morning when we woke up, you know, just getting ready in the morning,
Okay.
probably just did a check and felt it,
Okay.
and was calling doctors and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So we all went down to the pool, and she stayed in the room making her phone calls,
Okay.
and setting up doctor's appointments, all of that. So she didn't really say nothing to nobody until she even went to the mammogram and stuff by herself too.
She probably didn't want to freak none of y'all out. That's
Yeah,
how
that's
mamas
really
are.
was.
Yeah.
And did. So still did. But yeah, guys, so we're at our time. So we hope that you are able to marinate for this, you know, last month, the breast cancer awareness month. And follow us on our socials at A Sis Would, Facebook, IG, TikTok,
Twitter.
Twitter. There we go.
X.
Oh, sorry, X.
Whatever. I'm still gonna say Twitter.
Me too. And
What the hell is
subscribe
X?
to us on Instagram. Bye.
Bye.